Hi, this is Robbie from Southern California, and today I'm going to harvest just a little bit of my ginger, but I'll have to harvest it all soon because our weather has been so cold in the 30s and 40s at night, and ginger under the soil doesn't like it. But I did get a lot of ginger out of one of my containers. Now, I love growing in these containers, and as you can see, I mark my containers that have the ginger in it with a yellow tag, kind of a yellow-green, and a pink one for the turmeric. Today, we're only going to do ginger. But this way, once all the foliage is off, I will know exactly what's in there, just in case I forgot. Now, I use 1 to 2 gallon buckets to grow my ginger. And why? It's just too heavy to use big 5-gallon buckets or totes. You can grow it in dish pans. Ginger and turmeric does grow differently. Go check out my videos if you're interested on that, because I go over growing each one because they're so different. Well, this particular one I have been harvesting from all year. So as you can see, I didn't find a whole lot, a few small pieces, but that's because I harvest as I go. Now the soil is alive with earthworms and all your microbes and everything you want in there. And I want to make sure through the winter they continue to thrive, because when I come back to grow, I want to make sure they're there. So I'm putting in some leaves from the garden. I'm using colored leaves here, but I can even use the leaves that came out of the plant itself, ginger or turmeric. So everything will go back in the buckets, and then later on, when it starts to warm up and our nighttime temperatures are at least staying in the mid-50s, I can start to put my ginger and my turmeric out. Now, that's after I do a full harvest. But today we're just going to harvest kind of one because I want to get some cookies made. Now, this one I have not harvested from. And there's still a little bit of green growth on it, but the plant's done. It's not going to grow anymore. And seeing the yellow tag or the green tag, I know that this is ginger. Of course, I know the leaves because turmeric grows big wide leaves and ginger grows those beautiful little kind of like palm leaves in a way. So look how easy it is to harvest when you grow them in smaller buckets. Now, ginger does not reach the bottom of the pots. That's why you can grow them in a dish pan too if you want. They grow more along the surface, though their roots can go to the bottom. The actual rhizomes stay closer to the surface of your growing vessel. So I'm going here to start going through them. Now this one is up against the brick wall. You'll see that soon. It's a chimney. We're not using it, so it's not warmth from any fireplace going. But it's growing in an area that I think is a little bit better, and I will be changing things up come this spring, late spring, when I start to replant my ginger. Right now, I'm harvesting ginger to use, though I will save a few pieces here and there to put back later on in the spring. So I'm gently breaking off all the soil that is around that came out of these buckets. Now I am going to put the roots back from the ginger. Though I have cooked them in the past, there's very little flavor. Don't think it has a whole lot of nutrition in it. So I'm putting the roots back for the earthworms, the microbes to do their thing. And all I want for myself out of this is the rhizomes, because that's the most important part. It's got the greatest flavor. I know I grew it, and well, that's the part you usually eat. And so I'm not going to waste my time with the roots, but you can. It has a very, very mild flavor. So I'm cleaning it all off gently, and then later on I'll rinse it because I want to make sure any earthworms or anything around there go back into the soil. Now, this was all started by my own ginger, but years ago, not that many years ago, I bought one hand from the store, yes, from the grocery store, and grew it. Now, there's a lot of stuff going on with grocery store food. They're starting to irradiate it. And when they radiate the food, what happens is it looks perfect, it looks alive, but it's actually been zapped like a microwave and it will not grow. Is that not beautiful out of a piece of ginger? So you can try to get it organic, but it doesn't matter because when they irradiate it, it's not marked organic or not organic because they haven't done anything to it except zap it. Keep that in mind. So try it from different places, though try to get it organic and keep your fingers crossed and plant it. Generally, they've been doing okay, but they can and they do irradiate some of them now. Lots of stuff is being irradiated. And ginger and turmeric coming even from other countries, they do. So, and even here, keep that in mind. They do that. So go ahead and get it. Now this one, there was a small piece left in there from the first one that I think I picked. And now I'm putting the soil back. This is just until I get back to planting later. I want to make sure my soil stays alive. And there it is, rinsed. That's not bad out of one pot that I didn't touch, and then the small pieces out of one I've been grabbing and harvesting all fall. And so I've got this big one. So I'm going to go through and make my cookies or use it for stir fry. And then in the meantime, might keep some pieces. I'll probably just store a couple pieces in dry potting soil. I don't want to leave it to just air dry because it could dry out. Just put it in a little cup or a bucket with potting soil and let it just sit. But that's it. I'll show you more what's going on because I do have work to do this spring. I'm going to have to change things up. Now here against the wall, the turmeric doesn't mind being more in the shade, but the ginger looks like it's going to appreciate more sun, and this is what happened. My beautiful big pine trees that used to only be 6 foot tall are now huge, and they're blocking more and more of the sun each growing season. Look how big they are. They've got taller than that palm tree. So see the amount of sun they're getting? Only where you see the blue sky, as soon as the sun comes up and goes across, they're losing a lot, which is not enough for the ginger that is growing in the divot there. See, it kind of goes in about 2.5 feet where the chimney is. I don't use this chimney, remember, so it doesn't stay warm from that. So the bricks are sticking out more. So the ginger in the front gained, let's say, 30 minutes to maybe an hour of sunlight, and the ginger in that cutaway lost that. So they need a little bit more sun. Now here in Southern California, we get really hot in the summer and they don't like the sun. They will burn. So that's why they do really well having morning sun and not late afternoon for the summer. If you're in an area that's cooler, it won't matter. But for hotter areas, more desert areas, maybe parts of Texas, Arizona, you'll want to give them morning sun, full morning sun. And then they should grow really good. And I think I'm going to move some of them on that table there. I can put irrigation tubing around them, create some shade for the summer because that does get a lot of sun. It doesn't get really a lot of early morning sun, but it does get sun all day. So we'll see how it goes because I have a microclimate here in this small little spot you're looking. Where the turmeric is to the left, that's a microclimate to the right where the ginger was. All because of the amount of sun that has changed in the pattern of which it comes across because of the trees. And this may be a little warmer, but I don't think so because the house is stucco. It's the amount of sun it gets. So I'm going to have to do a lot of thinking this spring. When I come back, when the weather is like, let's say in the 50s at night, I can start planting it back. Because right now, leaving it out in wet, damp weather, my ginger will rot. It will not hang on for the winter. So that's why I've got to get it out. And this just makes it so easy. Isn't that beautiful? The big hand coming out of one of those 1-gallon pots, and doesn't take much. So soon I'll be planting it back in, hopefully not long, but who knows? It could be towards the end of spring when the nights are warm. And then I'll tag them all so I can spot them and know which ones are ginger and which ones are turmeric. Today we're only doing ginger. And then soon they'll grow into beautiful plants and produce more. And you can get a whole lot more the more you feed your plants, in other words, with leaf matter, leaf mold, whatever you want to do, or compost tea. With that, have a wonderful day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. What do you think? If you've gotten any value from this video, don't forget to subscribe so you will never miss one of our brand new videos we put up during the week. And you never know when we're going to come on live just to go over and say, hey, hi, what's going on? And answer questions, especially with gardening going on. And the hummingbirds and orioles are going to be returning. And I know a lot of you have questions and thoughts, and sometimes you just want to give a shout out and say, what's going on? She says, are you giving me this? No, we're taking it in. I just wanted to show you what it looks like. Isn't it gorgeous? That's a heavy little piece.